characters need to be in therapy.
I'm either super smart or super dumb. I don't know which.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Liz. In today's video, we are going to be doing another continuation of my completing series. So as you guys know, if you've been following along with me, I am in the middle of so many series right now. Like looking at my reading journal, I have a page dedicated to keeping track of the series I'm in the middle of. It has gotten out of hand, let me tell you. This is what that page looks like. Granted, not a lot of them are super long series, so some of them like I just need to complete one book and then the series is done. But some of them are ones that are gonna be like 5-6 book series and I'm only on book like 2. I just can't keep up with it, and honestly it stresses me out because there's so many new fantasy series that are being released and they're ones that I'm excited about, but I just don't want to start any new ones. I feel like I am not allowed to start a new series until I complete at least a couple, and then it's like a reward. I can then reward myself by starting a new series. My plan with this video is we are just gonna vlog for probably about a week. We'll see how long this video ends up lasting, and I'm just gonna be continuing series that I currently have on my physical TBR. I'm stressed, and I need these books done. Of course, Murphy decides to sit right where I'm putting my camera. The first series that we're gonna be completing is the Luminary series by Susan Dennard. So I'm currently on book 3, which is The Whispering Night. I'm already like over 100 pages in. If you are wanting a very fast-paced YA fantasy series, then this is a great series to pick up. It is about a small town that's in the middle of these woods, and basically this community, every night these mists rise up in the woods, and from the mist these nightmares are hatched, or these creatures, these monsters. The townspeople then have like designated nights each week where different groups of people have to go out and then hunt these nightmares. Our main character Winnie and her family are actually kind of outcasts in this town because her father was discovered as a witch, or a Diana, they call them Dianas, and that is like their #1 enemy. Our main character in book 1, she decides to take the hunter trials, and in order to pass these trials she has to go on 3 different hunts in the woods and she has to survive, and there's like different tasks they give you for each hunt. If she passes all 3, then she gets to become a hunter. By becoming a hunter, she is also then able to help her family and bring them back into society. That is what our whole first book is mainly about. We are now on book 3, so I can't say what this one is about because I don't want to spoil people, but I will give you like my overall like more generic thoughts and feelings on the book. It is still surrounding our same characters in this same town, and I think timeline wise all 3 books happen within the span of like 2 or 3 months, so it's all very back to back. There is like a little bit of mystery, things that she's trying to uncover about this town and like the foundation of it, and then also there's a little bit of romance between her and like one of her ex-best friends, and you learn all about that in book 1. But I'm enjoying it. I will say it's nothing too crazy. I feel like book 1 I probably rated maybe like between a 3 and a 4 star. Book 2 I ended up giving 3.5, and book 3 I feel like I'm probably somewhere in the similar vein of those two, and I do think it's fast-paced and very bingeable, very easy consumable writing. If you're newer to fantasy, then this would be a really fun one to pick up because it feels more realistic. Not that these nightmares are realistic in any way, but it's fun. I am hoping to get further into this one tonight. I do have to go to work today, and then tonight is my nephew's first t-ball game, so you know I'm gonna be at that game. So I'm not sure what time I'm gonna get home from that after work, but I'm gonna try to read a little bit more of this, and then I do have the day off of work tomorrow, so I'm hoping to finish this tomorrow. I have a lot of different series already set aside for this video because there's certain ones that I have to continue. Like I need to finish them. They're like stuff that I've been looking forward to. I'm very excited to continue with this video, so we'll see how it goes. That is our update for now. I just got this new flavor of Premier Protein. It's the chocolate peanut butter one. I'm very excited to try this. I haven't tried it yet. I've only ever had the cafe latte one, and like I pour that into shots of espresso to make like a morning coffee, and then I've had the vanilla. I think I've had just like the plain chocolate one, maybe. Okay, that's good. That was a good choice. I will see you guys later. It is later. much later. It's been a long day. I have such a bad headache right now. I didn't get coffee this morning, which was all like a caffeine headache, which I hate. I don't like being reliant on caffeine. I didn't eat much today. I also didn't drink much water today, so that's my own fault that I feel this way. So it is much later. I'm gonna try to read more before going to bed tonight. I was able to read a little bit more once I parked my car for work. I read a good chunk of my book, and then during one of my breaks I also read more. I am further along. I'm now maybe a little bit over halfway at this point. I'm at like a really high stakes part of the book, and I feel like from here on out it's gonna just be like fast-paced stuff happening. We're getting into it. I feel like the last half is gonna fly by. Tomorrow I'm for sure gonna finish this, and then we will start our next book. Good morning. It is the next morning. I have like a little over 100 pages left. You guys saw my reaction. There was one shocking scene and moment that I was not expecting. I'm not worried. I did predict that from the point that I was at when I started yesterday that it was going to be just like fast paced from then on out. And that was absolutely correct. Like this has been going by so quick. I think the first book will still remain my favorite in the trilogy, but I think I like this one better than book 2 because I feel like book 2, it definitely felt like a filler book. I have a few errands I need to run this morning. I need to go pick up some stuff for Mother's Day. Mother's Day is next weekend. I'm trying to be productive and proactive, get these things ahead of time because I hate shopping last minute for things. That is like one of my least favorite things in the world to do. So we are going to go do some shopping for that. I also want to pick up a coffee because I have a lot of filming and things I want to do today. I want to film my April wrap up, and then I also need to do a video for TikTok. I have started a TikTok account, which I don't know if I've mentioned on my YouTube channel yet. I did start a TikTok account, I want to say like 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. I can't remember. Time is weird. I'm still doing wrap ups on there, but it's like obviously way quicker and like more to the point than like my normal wrap up videos are on YouTube, where I can actually go into detail about my opinion on everything. Also, I'm doing like weekly check-ins. So every Wednesday I do like what I'm reading Wednesday. So I chat about what books I'm reading at the moment, which has been fun. I feel like that is something I want to continue doing on TikTok, is doing the weekly updates, because I feel like I don't do that with YouTube. These videos get filmed and then edited, sometimes uploaded a few days later, or sometimes I'm filming in advance. So it's hard to do updates with what is actually currently happening, what I am currently reading. So I'm enjoying doing that on TikTok. I need to do more on TikTok, honestly. I need to do more like fun videos or like bookshelf videos, or I don't know, just I need to mix it up a little bit on there. I do want to film for that, and then I want to finish that book and then start my next one for this vlog. And then I also kind of want to do a bookshelf redo video. My bookshelf is so incredibly full right now, and I kind of want to like take everything off, reevaluate, clean, reorganize, and put everything back on, and like reorganize and design the bookshelf. That might happen this weekend if I'm motivated. I have too much already on my plate for today, so that'll probably end up happening tomorrow. My phone keeps sliding. I've also been craving donuts. I might go get a donut from somewhere. I don't know where. It's also like 9:30 right now. Most really good donut places are not going to have like a good selection at this time of day, but a donut just sounds really, really good right now. I will update you guys later once I continue reading Whispering Night. Guess who found a donut? Thankfully, they still had plenty, so I was able to get an apple fritter. Just finished my thoughts. I feel like I'm gonna rate this one 3.75. I feel like book 1, I'm pretty sure I rated 4 stars when I read it a few years ago. Book 2, I give 3.5. This one, I think I'm landing in the middle because I liked it better than book 2, but not as much as book 1. So 3.75 is what I'm gonna settle on for this one. I really liked this trilogy. I think it was fun and very easy to fly through. If you like YA fantasy, then I definitely think this is a good one to pick up. I definitely think this would be a great read for the fall time. It was cute. Definitely had some cringier moments when it comes to like the romance, but they're also like 16. It's not that shocking. I'm glad I finally finished this trilogy because it's been on my physical TBR for way too long. Moving on, I do know what book I'm gonna read next, but I don't fully know everything about the plot. I know like a little bit. The next book that I'm gonna be reading is Unbound by Peyton Corrine. This is book 3 in her Undone series. I don't know how many books are gonna be in this series. I know that this is book 3. I'm very excited for this one, mainly because it is a second chance romance between the neurodivergent hockey goalie and I think like the bad girl, the mean girl. Just based on like the previous 2 books, any scenes that these 2 were in, I knew I wanted their book. You can just tell there's so much chemistry and history between the 2. Her books are usually like a really good mixture of like the romance mixed with healing from like some sort of trauma or PTSD from something. Like there's always really good healing that happens in her books, and no matter what the trauma may be, they go to therapy, things like that, which I love to see in a romance book because a lot of romance books, the characters need to be in therapy. So it's very refreshing seeing that. I think I'm gonna take a little break because I did film a few videos today. I need to upload that footage, and then I might start a new video where I redo my bookshelves because right now, since I finished my wrap up, I have 11 books I now need to add on to my bookshelf. There's no room, like there's nowhere for those books to go, so I need to reconfigure things. I have that itch to like redecorate and like organize, which I know as soon as I get all those books off of my bookshelf, I'm gonna lose motivation like that. Once I get a little further in and have like a better understanding of the plot, I will give another update. Knocking out these series brings me so much inner peace, like you don't even know. You need some attention right now, don't you? I did get further into Unbound. I have hair in my mouth. I want to say like 90 pages into this book right now. I feel like I have a better idea of what's kind of going on or what the general plot is of our story. So you're following Bennett and Paloma. Bennett is the hockey goalie. It's dual POV, so you get both of their perspectives. You're getting one from his chapters. You're starting to fully understand like what he needs to feel safe and to feel okay and like regulated. He likes things to be a certain way. He's very particular about like cleanliness and order. So you get to see how that kind of affects his day-to-day life. And then we also get Paloma, who clearly has some issues that have not been dealt with since her childhood. It's still kind of leaving it up as a mystery. We don't fully know what happened to her as a kid, but we know something clearly did happen involving her mom and possibly like her mom's boyfriends. So there's a lot of mystery surrounding her past. We are getting a then and now timeline. So our now timeline, Bennett and Paloma haven't been talking or seeing each other for quite a while. And like Bennett is like constantly thinking about her, wondering if she's okay because he hasn't had any contact with her or seen her. And meanwhile, Paloma is trying to kind of turn over a new leaf. She's starting to go to therapy and she's starting to get a job. And then our then timeline takes us back to their freshman year when they first met. You can see immediately that he's very protective of her. She's very protective of him. There's lots of chemistry between the 2 and they're like immediately friends, which I really like seeing the then timeline because you get to see how they came to know and understand each other at their core, because you see in the now timeline, they know each other so well. I'm really, really liking it. I think I might actually like this better than the first 2 books just because from reading those first 2 books, I remember having them as my side characters and I was really, really excited for their book. And I do think there's going to be a 4th book because I'm already seeing 2 side characters that I think are going to have their own book after this one. That one also, so excited for that to be a book, but I'm really enjoying their story. It is on the more emotional side. I like that about her books. It just feels very real. Like these characters are real people going through these things and like the way they react to certain situations feels very real and true to their character. My plan is to read a lot more today. I would love to have this finished by tomorrow. I do have to edit a couple of videos today, but I do want to lock in and I do want to read. I haven't read a hockey or like college sports romance in quite a while, so this is refreshing. Sometimes college romances can get a little much, but this one feels just right. I also went and got a fun drink from 7 Brew. I went and I got one of their new lemonades. It's their fruit roll-up green tea lemonade. I love green tea and I also love lemonade, and fruit roll-up, okay, immediately obsessed with it. Like this might be my new favorite drink and I might have to get this every day. Let's read. I'm about halfway. They are just so cute with each other. I love their friendship and how they just try to create a safe space for each other. They're so compassionate and understanding of each other's hang-ups, loving each other for who they are. It's so sweet. I'm finding myself just smiling, and I just know something bad is gonna happen. Timeline-wise, we're getting close to where things go south. I'm not looking forward to that. Good morning. It is the next day. I did in fact finish last night Unbound by Peyton Corrine. I really enjoyed this book. I'm trying to figure out what order I like the books in out of the three. I know that there's going to be a fourth book. This one, I feel like it was very interesting compared to the first two books, because book one, you stay in like your present timeline the whole time. Same with book two. I feel like you mainly stay in your present timeline. Whereas this one, you do get a lot of their background, their history. You do go back in time quite a bit. It felt a little bit slow in some areas, like in the middle, especially trying to uncover what this huge secret is, like what this reason that they broke up, or the reason why things ended between them during freshman year. That I feel like was built up to this huge thing, and it was a huge thing. I understand why things went down the way that they went down, but it was very predictable. Like, you knew because you got certain name drops at the beginning of the book, and so you always had a suspicion. I always had a suspicion from the very beginning, and I figured that was going to be the reason why things ended, and it was. I feel like it took too long to get to that point. I wish we had more time with our characters in the present timeline, getting to see them working through their issues, and they did. Like, I feel like they handled that whole conversation pretty well, and like the way that they both act around others and how that was handled, and like what realistically their relationship would look like out in public where everyone knew that they were dating. I feel like that was all handled pretty well. I don't know how else that would have been handled in this book, but I do feel like we just didn't get enough time with them in the now. And I understand, because they have so much history and things that you as a reader don't know about. It's just like alluded to. Getting those chapters finally is helpful, because you get to see like and fully understand how complicated their relationship is with each other. But like, that's my only critique. The rest of it was done so beautifully. Really heartbreaking seeing both of their stories come to light, and understanding them on such a base level, what makes them them and why they act the way that they act. As for my next read, that is something that I was undecided on last night. Last night I was planning on starting another one, but then I couldn't decide which one I wanted to pick up. But I think I did finally make a decision, and the next series that we are going to continue is Rights of the Starling by Daphne Perry. So this is book 2 after Shield of Sparrows. I read Shield of Sparrows last year, loved it, gave it 5 stars. It was one of my favorite romances that I read last year. I'm really excited for book 2. This came out last month. Ever since I got a copy, I've been itching to pick this up. There are other series that I've had on my TBR for way longer that I probably should prioritize, but I feel like I just need to read this one. I need to be in the know of what happens with our characters. I also recently saw like a recap of what happened at the end of Shield of Sparrows, so I feel like it's fresh on my brain. That's why I want to pick up this one, because it is fresh and I am ready to dive back into this world. Shield of Sparrows centers around our main character, who is a princess of a kingdom. Her whole life she grew up knowing that she wasn't the favorite. Her other sister, who I think is actually younger than her, was always the favorite. Her younger sister, she was tutored in like the politics, and she was trained to be a soldier and trained to be a spy. So like, her sister had all of the training, whereas she didn't. She was kind of like the forgotten child. Their kingdom has this alliance that they're trying to build with another kingdom through marriage. So the younger sister is supposed to be married off to their crown prince. When their delegates arrive from this other kingdom, they end up choosing our main character instead of the other sister, who was supposed to be the one married off. Our main character gets just thrown into the deep end. She has no clue what she's doing. It's really fun to follow from her perspective, because it truly is just trial and error. Her trying to be herself while also trying to be loyal to her kingdom, while also trying to stay alive at the same time, and navigating like the royal society of a whole new kingdom. What's really interesting about this romantasy series is their land is covered in monsters. There's all these things that are very deadly. What I really loved about this romantasy in particular was, you know how like in some romantases our main character starts out and she's this super frail, weak person. And then by the end of the series, she's like this top-notch soldier warrior and just gets like insanely powerful overnight. That is one of my biggest pet peeves because it's not realistic. Like that is never gonna happen. Whereas in this one, like I said, she was not trained at all growing up. So she's really starting from scratch, and you do get to watch her slowly have this like almost training montage throughout the book. But it is her just learning the basics of how to survive and how to protect herself and defend herself. It felt way more realistic in that way because she never becomes this like crazy fighter. I loved her grit and her determination throughout book one. Based on how book one ended, I'm really curious what's going to happen with book two because I feel like this just picks up where it left off. I might not get a ton of reading done today, but I know tomorrow and the day after that, I'm probably going to get a lot done. So I'm so excited. Having a grand old time.
It is the next day. I didn't get as far as I wanted to. I really thought I was going to like binge a whole ton last night, but it was a later night, so I can't even complain about that. I did get about 100 pages in though, like a fourth of the way. Already really enjoying the writing. I knew I would. I love her writing style in general. It's very bingeable, and if you enjoy romantasy, then she just has great, easy to understand writing. One thing I'm not enjoying is like with the way book one ended, I knew there was a chance that book two was going to start a certain way, and it did, and I'm still waiting for this thing to be over with, but once it's over with, I know I'm going to be sat and I am going to binge the rest of this book. I can't even explain it because I don't want to spoil people. We are getting a new POV, which is really exciting. I really like our new character who's been added in. I feel like it's going to help answer a lot of questions that we were left with in book one while also creating new ones at the same time. I'm excited to see what happens with them and like the path that they're taking, and I'm curious if all of their paths are gonna collide and merge at some point. I'm really curious when that's gonna happen, but I am excited for it and I know it's gonna be great. That's really all I have to say at the moment. I have to run to the store, pick up some groceries this morning. I have a few things I need to edit this morning as well. I already did one TikTok, which is great. I'm trying to be better at posting on TikTok. I'm trying to be better to where like if I post a monthly wrap up, then I can create like a quick short form video of doing my monthly wrap up, like kind of mirror what I'm doing on YouTube over on TikTok, while also doing some new things as well that I don't do on YouTube. I do have to work today later this afternoon, trying to crank out all this stuff in the morning. I will update you guys once I have more thoughts on Rites of the Starling. I feel like half this vlog is going to be in my car. I continued on with Rites of the Starling. I am, I think, like 230 pages in at the moment, so a little over halfway. We just now got to a part where I am eating up every single chapter. Like it's like boom, 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 boom. I feel like the second half I'm just going to fly through because we now have established all of our characters and like what they're doing. We can kind of predict where their paths are going to merge and everything. It's just so good. I'm really loving it. Plans for this morning. I do want to read more of that. I also have to film a TikTok for my What I'm Reading Wednesday segment that I'm doing every week. But first, I need to run to this. It's a farm that has plants and things that you can buy. I don't know what you even call that. It's Mother's Day this weekend, and I bought my mom this really pretty terracotta pot, and I need to fill it. So we're gonna go to this little farm and find a plant that can fit in here that can deal with full sun because it will be outside. And that's like the last thing I need to do for her Mother's Day gift. I have all the other things. I just need to like wrap them and make them cute in the bag that I have. We're gonna go do that this morning first, and then we will come back and we will continue reading Rites of the Starling. Let's go pick out a plant. Guys, I have a little over 100 pages left of Rites of the Starling. One of my predictions from early on in the book, I think is coming true, which feels really good because usually I don't pick up on things, and also it's been a little bit since I've read book one, so some of like the character names and things have like eluded me a little bit. But there's something that I don't know if it was supposed to be super obvious or if I'm just incredibly smart. I'm either super smart or super dumb. I don't know which. I think it's coming true, and like all the pieces are coming together, and it's so good. If I'm comparing it to book one, I think I liked book one better, but this one I think is like slightly under book one, like just barely. I do have to work all day today, so we are gonna crank this out tonight though. I have lots of things on the agenda for tonight, but I know for a fact we are gonna be finishing this book tonight. I'm running late, so we will chat later.
it is a couple days later. I forgot to film an outro for this video, so that is what we're doing now. You guys saw in my last clip, I finished Rights of the Starling by Daphne Perry. I loved this book. I will say I didn't love it as much as I did book one. It was just underneath Shield of Sparrows. I really enjoyed it. I loved adding a new POV, seeing how that POV intertwined with our main characters. I just really loved it. The second half of the book was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I flew through it and I could not stop reading it, and every time I put the book down, I wanted to pick it back up. The only reason why it's not a 5 stars is I will say the beginning was a little bit on the slower side, but also we're getting introduced to a new POV. Our characters, with how book one ended, have to figure things out. There's reasons why the beginning of it started the way it started, which I understand, but it definitely was on the slower side at the very beginning. But that is my only complaint. The rest of the book, no notes, and I'm so excited to continue the series. I am now really curious about her romance book. I really want to give her, I think it's the Edens. It's like mystery romance. I really want to give those books a chance because just based on her writing style in this, I feel like I would really enjoy her romance books as well. And I'm really glad I did this video because we were able to continue / complete 3 separate series. I am so happy with how this all turned out. I feel like this is just the like kick in the butt I need, the motivation I need to complete series because there's just so many and I still have even more. I'm gonna try to do this type of video every season to hopefully be able to whip out even more series. We'll see how that goes. But for now, I need to read more of my spring TBR. Thank you guys so much for watching and following along this week. I hope you enjoyed and I will see you guys in my next video. Happy reading. Bye.